नहीं, ये इसको आप साइलेंट रखो ना बस। नहीं, अमर को क्यों कॉल कर रहे हैं? हाँ, आ तो गया वो इधर। क्या अमरनाथ को कॉल क्यों कर रहे हो?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवृतचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्त्री श्रीमती अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य डिप्टी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड श्री प्रभुपाद की एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवृतचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतस्त्री श्रीमती श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कुंज बिहारी की श्री श्री गौर निताय की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. कृष्णपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नाम नमस्ते सरस्वती गौरवाचार्य विशिष्ट ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं सजीवा साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताश्च पञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा।
welcome to our discussion on the continuation of the topic in the morning, the dealings with all different types of devotees. Continuing from there. So, in our devotee community, there should be family culture. Just like in a family, there is such thick bonding of love between different members, father, mother, children. So, like that, it should be in devotee community also. Because even the Lord values his devotees. So, how much more should we be valuing? Lord considers his devotees to be greater than himself also. He says, Sarva Bhuteshu Manmati. See in all living entities myself only. Acharya Mam Vijaniyam. Know the Acharya to be myself. Na avamanyata karechit. Never disrespect an Acharya. Also, he says, Diksha Kale Shishya Kare Atma Samarpan. Sei Kale Krishna Tare Kare Atma Sam. If at the time of initiation, if the disciple fully surrenders to the instruction of the spiritual master, then Krishna accepts him, accepts the disciple as good as himself only. We find that in the case of Pandavas, after the battle of Kurukshetra was over, Yudhishthira Maharaj was overpowered by the thought of myself, that he is the cause of a whole fratricidal war in which 64 crore people were killed, just to install me as the king of the entire world. So I am the cause, and so much sin will come to me now, sinful reactions. Krishna tried to explain to him, he could not understand. Then Vyasdev came, who is Shaktavish avatar, or in our case, he is Lord Narayan himself. But then also he could not. Ultimately, Krishna took him to the battle of Kurukshetra, battlefield of Kurukshetra, where Bhishma was lying on the bed of arrows. Only when Bhishma explained, speaking from the Vedas, then Yudhishthira Maharaj got convinced. Why? Because Krishna wanted to tell the whole world how my devotees are even greater than myself. Just like ordinary life also, we find father always wants his son to be better than himself. Father wants his son to be taller than himself, better physique than himself, more knowledgeable, more educated than himself, wealthier than himself. Like that, this particular nature comes from original Father Krishna. Krishna wants to glorify all his devotees. What is the spirit behind our relationships? The relationship should be based on Krishna as the center. That is selfless spirit of a servant. As I was telling, Krishna consciousness means to take oneself out of center and to put Krishna there, put Krishna in the center. A service rendered selflessly has a deep impact on others and also cleanses our heart. What factors enhance loving relationships between devotees? Respect, love, and trust. Mm. These are very important. You should have respect for each other. There should be love and trust. If you are doubting each other, there is a question of love. So now one by one, first respect. We should treat people warmly. As Chanakya Pandit says, mm, he says, Lale Panchavarshani, Dashavarshani Tade. For first 5 years of a child, ever since he's born, he should be given a lot of love. Because he's ignorant also, doesn't know anything of life, how to behave, what to do, what to touch, not touch, etc. So give him lot of love. So love and care comes first from the beginning. We do that with newcomers, especially in the hostel follow-up. But we may not do that when people visit in the temple. We may mistreat them. So treat people warmly. Even in book distribution, we do that. They say like this. A lot of energy is emitted by this kind of gesture. Hare Krishna, like that. So it's very warmth is released. It's very friendly gesture. Hare Krishna. Shishake Prabhu, Vijay Prabhu, Navin Nira Prabhu, they all tell like that. Giving them space to grow slowly. So Prabhupada also was dealing with his different disciples. Not that they were ready. Just like there was one disciple, Ramanuja. So he was coming from a hippie background, took initiation, was following. But after some time, something happened. Again, he had a long beard and all. So Prabhupada did not say anything. Prabhupada allowed him to travel with him with that long beard, and allowing them what they like to be. So some loose hand is required. Like some boy is guitarist. He has learned it earlier only. He comes to programs and he brings his guitar and he plays guitar. So we need to allow them. Say, get out of here. Throw that guitar away. So he will only go away because he cannot give up guitar. When you tell him to give up guitar, he will only go away. So we'll have to accept him like that. Showing courtesy while dealing with people. Like one can say thank you. Hmm, Uh, I troubled you. Like that, some courteous words are required. That is one part of respect. Then next is sensitivity in dealings and avoiding superiority. If we are doing kirtans in the train, especially early morning, Mangalati we are doing in the train. 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Too much early. Our rounds are over, so we are in ecstasy. So let us have Mangalati now. But what about so many passengers who are taking rest? If you do and they are upset, then better you stop. First, you should not do only so early, especially when others are sleeping. Do it later, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, doesn't matter. But if at all we do and then people blame, people become upset, then one needs to stop. One cannot say, "ये तो मेरे बाप का train है." They say, we also have reservation. You how dare of you to say like this. Avoiding instructing tone and mood. When Srila Prabhupada had given the service of carving bigger Jagannath Baldev Subhadra to Shyam Sundar Group, he was still in his young days. He was addicted to smoking cigarette. When Prabhupada came to his place where he was residing to see, he found on the head of Subhadra that cigar was kept and the smoke was going like this. Prabhupada, that's right. He took his cane, he just threw that cigar, it went flying, touched the wall, fell down. But then Prabhupada did not chastise him. Prabhupada said, why are you allowing a piece of cigar to come between you and Krishna? That was enlightening to Shamsundar Prabhu. He at once gave up smoking cigar. Avoiding being judgmental and giving benefit of doubt. We should forgive small mistakes and not make a big issue. Otherwise, sometimes for small things, we make a big issue. Let go. Not have too many expectations. Even a baby takes time to grow. We don't pull the hands and legs of the baby Let him become young man immediately. He will be in pain. There can be some deformation of the body also. We feed him nicely and let him do exercise, run around. He will grow naturally. So that's we should also not have many expectations. Not exploiting also. That is all respect. We don't have to get our personal work done through others. That is exploitation. Then next is love. Respect, love, and trust. In love, he says breaking etiquettes out of love. How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was angry on Nityambru because he told Nityambru not to come to Jagannath Puri, go to Bengal and preach. Next year, with all the Bengali devotees coming, in front of them all, who was dancing? Nityambru. He was heading them all in dancing. He was in ecstasy. I'm going to Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So earlier year only Mahaprabhu had said, don't come here. He was in ecstasy. Similarly, Jagdanand Pandit also. So they are in Sakyaras with Mahaprabhu kind of very intimate associates. So where there is a love, sometimes these etiquettes may not be followed out of love. Feeling joy in devotee's presence. Once Advaita Acharya was when he was in Puri Dham for those 4 months of Chaturmasya, he invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his house for prasadam. They just could not come only. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu alone came to Advaita Acharya's place. Advaita Acharya was very happy. He received him, made him sit, arranged wonderful feast was already arranged. He started serving and all that. And that time in ecstasy, he started singing prayers in glorification of Lord Indra. Mahaprabhu said, I understand why you are glorifying Indra. You prayed to Indra so that there would be heavy rains and nobody else could come, and you wanted to be only with me. So Mahaprabhu was a little transcendentally angry. So this kind of things are okay because there is love. In love, these kind of sentiments are there and they are appreciated by the Lord even. Feeling separation from a devotee. Ramandrai was asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on the bank of Godavari, Pur, that of all the distresses, which is the greatest distress? Dukkha madhe, kona dukkha, something like that. Guru sir, big. So Ramananda said, I don't know any other distress than separation from a devotee. That is greatest distress. When we are separating, getting separated from devotees, we should feel distressed. Oh, when will I meet him again? Now I don't know. That is sign of love. And, and when we are going to meet, there's so much of anticipation. That is called utkantha. Kantha is he coming? Why is he not coming? So utkantha. Kantha goes up his throat. Like that. So that is before meeting. And after meeting, when there is time for separation, one feels great longing. Our Acharyas have written songs in separation from departed Vaishnavas. Janilo Premadhan, Narottam Das Thakur has written. Next, he says, dealing with sensitivity to body of a devotee. Different devotees, uh, different level. Just like children are there, so we can give cookies to them. We can give Mahaprasad to them. They are very happy. We cannot say it to them. Just like I was telling yesterday, Dipankar's birthday was saying, 5 year boy, chanting 5 rounds. Krishna only knows how he chants, but he chants. So we gave him 7 cup burfi, beautiful photo of Radha and Natan. That the children will appreciate. Another time during Guru Puja, when one devotee was leading Kirtan, other devotees were dancing. So many devotees, Prabhupada personally was sitting and was receiving Guru Puja. One devotee came with a flower to offer to Prabhupada, but he was limping, not able to walk properly. Prabhupada asked what happened. So, no, nothing, Prabhupada. No, no, tell me what. He said, there is some boil and all. Prabhupada said, show me. He showed. Prabhupada immediately took out pen and paper and he wrote, take this medicine, apply ointment and like that, and take these medicines also along with that. Then Prabhupada asked, do you have money for that? I don't remember. Prabhupada took out. Prabhupada is transcendental sannyasi. He took out money and he said, please purchase medicines. So he was so much touched. My God. Whole world is glorifying Prabhupada during Guru Puja. He's a top person. And he is concerned about a wounded disciple, insignificant disciple. This is love. In love, one doesn't see somebody is very lowly or fallen or less age, whatever. Love means love. Love doesn't have any barriers. Then he talks about integrity. Integrity means never to break a promise made. Another meaning is showing predictable right behavior in all the circumstances. Behavior should be predictable. Just like I was just reading Mahabharata before coming here. So at the end of Agyatwas in Virat Desh, when Kauravas stole the cattle of King Virat and Pandavas come to fight, especially Arjun, he was Brahannalla, and so long story, but to cut it short, he takes his Gandhi vow from Shami tree, in which the Pandavas had kept it 1 year before they disguised themselves. So he took it out, he put a string on it, and he just twanged it. The sound was so loud. It was like colliding of two mountains. Such a heavy sound. People were shocked. Immediately, Drona said, "This is Sabyasachi. Cannot be anybody else like that." And they say that how Arjun is very valorous. Pandavas, they are so righteous. Wherever they are, there will be prosperity, and they will be victorious in the battle. All glorification is given because they were having the integrity. Another meaning of integrity is character. Character means what you do when you are alone. One definition. And nobody's there. Like now, this is our public presence. In public, will act wonderfully to get praises from others. But when we are all alone, what do we do? That is a real character. Our real character will come out when you are alone. Another meaning of okay, that is character. So he says when money or relationship is exploited, then the integrity is broken or it's not there. Just like Drupad in the childhood promised Drona, his friend in Gurukul, that I'm prince, my father is king, tomorrow I'll become king. And because you are my friend, I will give half of my kingdom to you. Naturally, because I love you. When they both grew up, sure enough, Drupad became the king. Drona was Brahmin, he was very poor. He could not feed Ashwatthama properly. His wife, Kripi, said, why don't you approach your old friend, Drupad, and ask for a cow or something, or dairy maintenance. When Drona came to the kingdom of Drupad, Drupad became furious. So what nonsense. Friendship is among equals. How dare of you to say that you are my friend? Get lost. Then Drona became very angry. He said, you, first of all, you are not having that integrity. You promised in the childhood you'll give half the kingdom. I'm even not asking half the kingdom. But on the contrary, you're just insulting me like this. I take a vow. I will snatch half of your kingdom. Mm. Personally, I will do it like that. And then we know rest of the story. So Drupad broke his promise to Drona, as opposed to Krishna's loving treatment of Sudama in Dwarka. Krishna had not made any promise to Dwarka anyway, to Sudama anyway in Gurukul, but they were very good friends. Afterwards, when they both grew up, Krishna became Dwarkadish. Sudama was poor. He walked from Porbandar to Dwarka, 100 kilometers around. When he visited Krishna, the way he treated Sudama was so amazing. He went running to where Sudama was. He embraced him, shed tears of joy. Then he brought him inside, made him sit on Rukmini's bedstead, which was so pure, clean, and Sudama's clothes were dirty, torn. His body was emaciated. But Krishna washed his lotus feet, performed arti to his body, fed him wonderful prasadam, like that. And then he inquired, you remember our childhood days, how friendly Krishna was. Krishna embraced Sudama. Sudama says that Krishna generally embraces only Balram and Rukmini. But I was so fortunate. Paham daridra papiyam. Was Shri Krishna Niketana. Where is one sinful wretch like myself, so poor? And where is Krishna? Sri Niketan, the abode of Lakshmi. Not a gulf of difference between him and me. But how he, Bahubhyam Parirambita, he embraced me with his two arms. What a amazing personality. He was crying tears of joy. How Krishna is so loving. So you see Drupad, how he was not having integrity, whereas Krishna was so loving, full integrity. Another meaning of integrity is not having integrity, double standard in a devotee. Mukunda, when he would be with Mayavadis, would behave like a Mayavadi. When he would be with devotees, would be like a devotee. So this double standard is not expected, is not good for a devotee. Rather, we find Swarup Damodar, how he was strictly avoiding Mayavadis and Sahajiyas. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, went to Katua to take sannyas and then left for Vrindavan or eventually Puri. Purushottam Acharya, who was his friend in Navadvip, he went mad and went all the way to Varanasi. There, he took the lifestyle of a sannyasi, but did not take clothes, saffron clothes of a sannyasi. And he took the brahmachari name, Swarup. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lovingly would call him Damodar. So Purushottam Acharya became Swarup Damodar, personal secretary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he never associated with the Mayavadis and Sahajiyas in Varanasi. He was loyal to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had high integrity. Also, lack of integrity means breaking regulatory principles. One of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, Karan Chodrovich, left Krishna consciousness and went to enjoy at Avalon ballroom with women, losing trust of other devotees. So that is not integrity. One should be following the four regulatory principles. Second, in this love only, is maturity. One should have balance between courage and consideration. That is called as maturity. Or balance between boldness and sensitivity. One side one should be very bold, other side he should be sensitive also. Empathy, willingness to listen before speaking. Empathy means I should hear others also. Everybody in the heart is crying out, Mary Sono, please hear me. Counselors are meant for that only. In the outside world also there are counselors. And within ISKCON also. So, ideally, counseling means one hears counselor. Prabhupada said an experienced devotee speaks and another less experienced devotee hears from him. This is called as Guhyam Akhyati Pruchati, revealing heart in confidence and hearing another devotee when he reveals his heart in confidence. But on the contrary, it becomes opposite only. That the counseling only keeps telling. Boli bo dukhe katha. Please hear my uh, distress. Just keep quiet, my dear counselor. Don't speak. I will only speak. You hear. So this is what happens. Though it should be the other way around. He says in the maturity, those who lack maturity, they will be overly considerate, too much considerate. He gives the example of Pruthu's son, Prithumara's son. He was unwilling to punish tricky Indra, who was disguising himself in some sannyas dress, and he would take away the horse meant for sacrifice. And this happened several times. Then Prutu's son would go behind him with arrow and he would be about to shoot him. Then suddenly Indra would take the clothes of some sannyasi or something. Then he would think, oh, how can I attack sannyasi? He's not a sannyasi. He's just cheating. But the son of Prutu Maharaj was too considerate. On the other side, one could be overly courageous, too much courage. Mm, That means poking our nose in others' private life. The best example is Ramchandra Puri. How much he criticized all the Vaishnavas in Jagannath Puri. He would first of all feed prasad, and it is an etiquette in the Vaishnava lifestyle that senior most devotees should serve prasad. Why? Because they understand importance of Mahaprasad, importance of prasad. That after wandering through millions of 8.4 billion species of life, through billions of universes, this living entity has got human body and he is taking prasad, such a great fortune. Rutvaiva truptim bhajatah sadeva. Seeing the devotees take prasad, spiritual master feels great satisfaction. That's why senior most devotee, their consciousness is very nice. They are in love with Krishna. But here Ramchandra Puri was not like that. His attitude was very bad. What he would do, he would serve, and they would not be able to deny because that is an etiquette. Senior most devotee should serve. He would serve, and they would be full. Then they would say, "It's okay. No, no, take more. This is prasad. Yeah, it is offered to Krishna." Senior is telling, what can they say? Then they would take, and afterwards again they, "No, no, it's okay. No, 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 take. This is prasad." So he would lovingly or whatever, cunningly, he would force them, give a lot of prasad. And after they have taken prasad, then say, "Oh, I had heard Mahaprabhu Bhaktagan Vairagya Pradhan. The followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are greatly renunciates. But what do I find here? They are eating like anything. Overeating. Is this the way? Should the Vairagis be like this? Would be all wondering, "Arey, we did not want to eat so much. He only forced us and now he is blaming us like anything." So this is not good. This is overly courageous. Also, Damodar Pandit also would correct Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One Odia boy, he came in Gambhira. He was staying nearby somewhere. So he saw Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu was very loving. When children are given offered love like that, they fall in love with that person. They get attracted. They come again and again. He started coming every day. He was beautiful, small boy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would also embrace him and give a lot of love. Then Damodar Pandit was very upset. He would try to drive away that son, would not allow him to enter inside, but that boy would, because that's the nature of the children. Whoso loves them, they will go to him anyway. He would run from below here, there, like that. So the boy was uncontrollable. Then Damodar Pandit came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when that boy was not there and said, "What is this? You show so much affection to this boy. That is not good." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was surprised, said, "Why? What happened?" Everybody knows that boy has a mother who is a young, beautiful, and widow also. She doesn't have husband. So if you show so much affection to this child, what will people think? People will concoct something else, wrong interpretation. Hmm. So it is not good. You are a sannyasi. संन्यासी अल्पचित्र सर्वलोक गाय शुक्ल वस्त्रे मसी बिंदु जय जय न लुकाय सन्यासी अल्पचित्र सर्वलोके गाय and the spotlessly white dhoti and kurta. If one dot of ink falls, everybody will see you. Shukla vastre masi bindu jaise na luka. You cannot hide it. Similarly, little loophole in the character of a sannyasi. Everybody will keep singing, speaking about that. Hey, pata hai kya wo sannyasi? Kya, kya, kya? Like this. So you should be careful. So Damodar Pandit is instructing Sri Chaitanya. He is a brahmachari, Mahaprabhu is sannyasi. Sannyasi is superior to brahmachari. But here brahmachari is guiding sannyasi. Anyway, these are associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But in our life, we should be careful. As brahmachari, we cannot instruct sannyasi. Third is non-envy. There should be abundance mentality, which is opposite to envy. Envy means like, shorts, what you call, shortage of resources are there, then you become envious. Just like in this exams, competitive exams, IIT, JEE, CA, UPSC, MPSC, lakhs of people appear and people chosen are hardly few, 2, 300, 500. Imagine lakhs of people appear. So there is so much of envy. Others should not be able to write properly and all that. Then I will flourish. That kind of thing. That is because limited seats are there. So there envy is justified in one sense. But in spiritual life, why should we be envious? Our post, our position in Golok Vrindavan is fixed. Nobody else will sit there. It's all the time same. It's for us only reserved. So let us not be, let us have abundance mentality and not be envious. In this some points, first he says, other success is not your failure. In material life, if I get a girl to marry, you lost her. One boy gets the girl, other boy loses her. If you cracked an interview, other person loses the job. You got placed, other person is misplaced. In spiritual world, nobody can fill up your vacancy other than yourself. I can dance in kirtans. You can also dance. I can get Krishna's mercy, you can also get. Just like now, if I'm seeing here, I cannot see here. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is, whether devotee is standing here, he also feels Krishna is looking at me. Somebody standing here, he also feels Krishna is looking at me. Somebody standing in front, he also. There also, there's everybody feels Krishna is looking at me. So that is Lord's amazing power. He can satisfy all, one and all. We cannot. We have limitations. Second, he says, your failure is not other success. Your success is not others' failure, and others' failure, your failure is not others' success. It is wrong to think that if I don't get it, others also should not get it. This is envy. Duryodhan, when he saw Indraprastha so nicely built by the Pandavas, he became so envious that that their success is my failure. Pandavas had successfully built Indraprastha. Then ahead he says, third part in that, give up craving for popularity. In Krishna consciousness, one becomes envious to see others excelling in some things and being noticed by other devotees and seniors. Somebody has preached to three, four boys, and seniors, oh, very good. What is your name? Very good. Okay, you're doing wonderful. So we may burn in envy. What is this? This preacher is getting, this devotee friend of mine is getting so much attention because he has three, four boys, and I don't have any boy. So you also go try to preach and they insult you. You become very upset. What nonsense. Hmm? So don't burn in envy. Don't be craving for popularity. Envy, this coin of envy has two sides. Just like ordinary coin has two sides, head and tail. Similarly, attachment and aversion. We'll be attached to some devotees on the mundane platform, and on the other side, we'll be averse to other devotees. Hmm. I don't like them because of our envy only. So one should be extremely careful. In the name of attachment to some devotees, it may not be pure attachment, like what Lord Kapila suggests in third chapter, third canto, 25th chapter, 20th verse. Prasangam ajaram vasham atmano kavayo viduhu sayeva sadhushu krito mokshadwaram apagatam. Material attachment is strangling, chokes one's existence. Whereas spiritual attachment opens to a sadhu, opens the door of liberation. But our attachment may not be necessarily because that person is sadhu. Our attachment could be because of some other reason. He is counselor. Without him, I cannot go for yatra. Without him, I cannot get initiated. Without him, I don't get my daily roti, prasadam, like that. And tomorrow he is not counselor, then who cares? Now I don't care. Now I am this counselor. By his grace, I will go to yatra. Who cares for that devotee? So this kind of problems are there in an organizational setup. We need to be extremely careful. In Krishna consciousness, one becomes envious to see others excelling in some things and being noticed by other devotees and seniors. Why we fail, uh, why we fall prey to envy is because we want to take the position of Krishna. I want to be the best singer, best preacher, best dancer, and thus Sarva Akarshak Shri Krishna. I want to be best singer, best preacher, best dancer, best cook, and all that. That means Sarva Akarsha, all attract. Everybody will be attracted to me. That is competing with Krishna. We have drawbacks physically and mentally both. We should never be envious of Krishna and his devotees. Fourth part in non-envy, he says, give up craving for credit. Remain in the background. Very difficult. Said easily than done. Best example is Jayanand Prabhu, mechanical engineer. Never was a hippie from America. Chose to be cab driver than to be working as an employee, like a slave in some company or something. So he was driving honestly cab. Made devotees, became wonderful devotee because of his high qualifications, humility, wonderful Vaishnava qualities. He would be soon made into the president of that temple. But he would convince next devotee, no, you should be president. No, because this reasons. That devotee out of service to Jagan Prabhu, he would accept that role. And Jagan Prabhu, now he is not president, he would take broom and dustbin collector and he would be sweeping the whole campus, temple campus. See the humility. Absolutely no craving for credit. Rather, he was president. He made give credit to somebody else by making him the president. So remaining in the background is like salt. Salt is invisible in dal or sabji, but adds so much taste. Like that we should be. A devotee who does all the services but remains in the background, he gets Krishna's special mercy and spiritual bliss. The best example in this regard is during Mahaprakash Lila, one of the poor girls was serving in the house of Srivas. Her name was Dukhi. So devotees were lined up. Here Mahaprabhu was sitting on big Vishnu Simhasan. One side Nityanprabhu, one side Advaitacharya. They were giving Mahabhishek to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But these earthen pots were filled by devotees. So the empty pots would be sent in queue. Devotees were lined up one after other. And filled pots would be sent like that. Ultimately to Nityanprabhu, Advaitacharya would bathe the god. At the end, near the Ganges was this small, some girl or somebody. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw, who is that? So he told she was get her in front. So she was far away near Ganges. She was called right in front. And Mahaprabhu asked, what is your name? She said, Dukhi. Mahaprabhu said, today onwards your name is Sukhi. Haribo. Diksha is done. And Mahaprabhu just did not change her name from Sukhi, from Dukhi to Sukhi, from distressed one to happy one. But he made her happy also. That is power of Mahaprabhu. A devotee, he says, but remains in the background. Devotee who does all services but remains in the background, he gets Krishna's special mercy and a spiritual bliss. False ego should not be there in the relationship. As I said in the morning, bending. Next is culture of trust. What is this culture of trust? That means culture of opening heart to mercy. Trust means I open my heart to somebody, tell my problem, my difficulty, my shortcoming. Here is expert advice. Implement it and overcome my difficulty. This culture of trust also means culture of accountability and visibly exemplary. You should be accountable. Sadhana card. How many of you submit sadhana card every Monday or Tuesday? I mean, after Sunday is over. Hmm? Sometimes some people only feel sadhana and don't show only. Some people don't show because it is not filled. Have to show empty sadhana card. Empty sadhana cards are lying anyway in drawers. So accountability. One should feel I'm accountable to such and such person. He's representative of Guru Parampara and I'm accountable to him. And visibly exemplary in the morning program, in the temple hall and all, there's so much darkness in the Mangalati. And somebody will be behind, not visible also. So one should be visibly exemplary. Then culture of trust also means culture of respecting and valuing individuality. Every individual is different. Everybody is unique. No two people are same. For that matter, twins are also not same. They have their lackings, they have their differences. Culture of trust also means listening and understanding before speaking. You should listen. That is one uh, very important aspect in relationship. How much you listen to the other person. Soul they have in the seminars they teach. Sit squarely, I think. Then O is for uh, anybody remembers? L is lean forward, I think, while hearing a person, somebody speaking. E is eye contact. S like that. You remember? You remember. Then culture of trust means culture of consulting. You should take consultation of devotees. Then sharing also. Share our joys and sorrows. Seeing brighter side of a devotee, appreciating and encouraging. Everybody has a bright side and dark side. So one of the wrong visions is to see some others' faults, and worst still is to exaggerate, to magnify that. Just like Daksha was. Shiva had no fault. Shiva, very word Shiva, Lord Shiva means all auspicious, is auspicious. But Daksha said, what nonsense, this fellow is a poor guy. He smears ashes all over his body. Snakes are there. And my daughter, Sati, her eyes are like fish or deer. Whereas this fellow, his eyes are like a monkey. How much insult he was doing? He was abusing. He was insulting Lord Shiva like anything. That's why that head with which he insulted Lord Shiva, that head was only cut off by Virabhadra. And a goat's head was kept. Now imagine every time he goes in the mirror, in front of mirror, the ears are hanging, goat's ears, and little beard there. How to shave them? Poor fellow could not continue living. He died only. So much insult. Because he insulted Lord Shiva, he got a lot of insult there. Completely beheaded. And all that. And also, it means trusting and being trustworthy. We should trust others, and we should also be so trustworthy that others keep trust in us. They know that no matter how trying a situation, he will not lose his integrity like that. He will stand the test of time and trying situations. Now the topic that is there in nonsense, dealing with juniors, seniors, and equals. What it means? That means restriction creates and increases relationships. Some kind of restriction we have to put to ourselves. That's what it means by etiquettes or proper dealing. Then that increases our relationship. We should be knowing the importance of following etiquettes in our dealings with other devotees. So now step by step. First, the seniors. Any small points are told, but they are very helpful. First is difference between senior and advanced devotee. Seniority is just seen according to age. Such a person is called as Vayovruddha. He is aged person. So he's senior. Senior citizen we have. What age? 65? 60 plus. 60 plus. Okay. So by default, anybody who remains alive after 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40, 50, then he'll be 60. Then he's senior citizen. So he's aged. Second, time of initiation in ISKCON. So one who is initiated long before, even if he is young in age, he's senior. You see, he's senior devotee. He was initiated 20 years back. I'm junior, I was initiated 5 years back, 20 years back. Then second is management position also. Somebody is president, HOD, TMC, Temple Management Council. Then such a person is also called as senior. Whereas advancement is state of one's Krishna consciousness, it is not based on one life. Advancement is not that gross, as we discussed now. Vayovrudha, time of initiation is how long back he was initiated, or managerial position. That is seniority. This is advancement. Advancement depends on how long he has been practicing actually from previous lives also. That will be seen in his enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness, his zeal, and all that. It can be understood. So he says, as etiquette, one should respect based on seniority also. Vayavruddha people also, aged people also, we should be respectful to. Similarly, those who are initiated long before us, we should give respect. Somebody may be uh, not having big post, and somebody may be younger to us in age, might have come to Krishna consciousness later to us, but still he holds some post, big post in his mind, so we have to respect. Like for me, because I came long before, means I'm aged also in that sense. So there are younger devotees who hold bigger post than I do. There are TMCs who are younger to me, but they have bigger post than me. Mm. So I have to respect them. I cannot be casual with them. अरे who cares? आप तो कल के छोकरे हैं. I cannot be like that. I have to respect them because in managerial hierarchy of ISKCON, GBCs, president, managers, TMCs, so they are given such posts. I have to respect it. One should not undermine those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness without position, age, etc. So this is another category of advanced devotees. They don't have post position. They may not be very aged, but they are very advanced in Krishna consciousness. So we need to respect them also. From one's personal perspective, one should see every Vaishnava as senior based on the above rules for seniority. If none of the above criterion fulfill, then the rules for advancement can be seen. That the seniority is not the point, then advancement should be the point. Culture of respect for seniors. Respect. Respect means to see. Re means again see. So first seeing was charma chakshu, seeing with the fleshy eyeballs. Second seeing is shastra chakshu or jnana chakshu, seeing with the scriptural vision, with the eyes of the scriptures. What do the scriptures say about this person called a devotee? Scriptures glorify devotee like anything. तुलयाम लभे नापि न स्वर्ग्यं न पुनर्भवं भगवत संगी संगस्य मर्त्यानाम किमुताशिषः. Even half moments association, tulayam lavenapi, or 1/14th of the seconds association of a devotee. There is no better benediction than this. Martyanam ki mutashisha. Bhagavad Sangi Sangasya, the association of the devotees of the Lord, he says, nas swargyam cannot be compared to being in the heavenly planet. Na apunar bhavam cannot be compared to being in Brahmajyoti. This is very unique. This is very special. Thus, respect means respect. Develop Shastra Chakshu. Example is Prahlad respecting his father, because scriptures say father to be respected. He saw father is my father is senior. He respected me. The father was very atrocious, wanted to kill Prahlad. Prahlad never behaved disrespectfully towards Hiranyakashipu. Though Hiranyakashipu every time was disrespectful to Prahlad. Mayavadi sannyasis also we should be respecting from a distance. They are sannyasis. They are carrying the flag of renunciation. We have to prostrate ourselves fully. Ashtanga pranam, dandavat. And vanchakalpatarupesha, whatever. And then run away from there because they have dangerous philosophy. If someone respects us and if we don't reciprocate properly, we take the bad qualities of those who offer respect. So if somebody bows down to you, you may also bow down. In case you don't bow down, but at least you stand there for some time. He's bowing down, he sees me, he bows down, and you run away, and he gets a. That I was dreaming, or whether Prabhu was really there. Please have a courage. If he's bending down, you don't bend, at least stop there, folded palms. Hare Krishna. In this regard, we should not say Haribol to senior devotee. We should not say Haribol to senior devotees. Hare Krishna is okay. Haribol, Haribol Maharaj. You are not chanting Hari's name. My duty to remind you, please chant Hari, Haribol. You can try this with His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. Then you'll get a good understanding of what mistake you did. So devotee says, Hari Bol Maharaj, Hari Bol. Maharaj says, Hari, Hari. You instructed me to chant Lord Hari's name 2 times and I chanted it. He's wondering when I instructed. I did not instruct Maharaj. But he said, no, Hari Bol. Bol means chant. Hari means Hari. Chant Hari. So we should not say Hari Bol to any senior devotee. Hare Krishna is okay. But if you are in full ecstasy, then you say Hari Bol. You don't mean that you should also chant Hari. You are always chanting Hari because you are my senior. But Hari Bol. Similarly, while what you call uh, guest reception also, we welcome a devotee. We can say Hari Bol. Maybe better is to chant Hare Krishna mantra because 16 holy names are there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Other way, if you say that let us welcome this devotee by 3 times loudly chanting Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. So bol is not spiritual. Hari is. So only 3 Hari happened. But if you chant Hare Krishna Mantra in welcoming, 16 holy names came. So that is better. But certainly Hari bol seems to be quite enthusiastic. जैसे बाहर आ गए एकदम खिल गया वो पेड़ एकदम पूरा नहीं हरे कृष्णा मंत्र इतना लंबा है क्या हे कृष्णा खत्म होगा अभी अभी शुरू हुआ है I should not die by the end of last Hare like this. So respect those who bow down to you. Then next he says, you do not gain any knowledge from one you do not respect. Or you do not get any branch of knowledge you do not respect. Some particular subject in your college. If you don't respect that, you'll get less marks in that. Or one, like even in 10th standard, I taught in my village. So there was a ceremony. Different people in the village, they had what do you call assigned rewards for topping in Marathi language, topping in English language, topping in Hindi language, topping in Sanskrit, topping in maths. Overall topper also, several prizes were there. So I was overall topper and topper in many other subjects. So what happened? And that was also topper of fifth standard, sixth standard, seventh standard, eighth standard, ninth standard, and for 10th standard, several other rewards were there for language wise, subject wise, a lot of things. So all students were sitting, because we were toppers. I was 10th standard topper, and teachers were sitting in the chair. Then they would announce. So what a fifth, sixth, seventh, and then the 10th. So 10th overall topper is my name. So I got up from the bench. I went and received the award. It would be many times envelope in that some money cash. So then I would come. I would get and like this, and then I would go and sit on the bench. Then again next, for Sanskrit language in 10th standard, the topper is again my name. So I would get up from in front and receive, then go. Then for mathematics, the topper is again my name. I will like that, And then say, and for after like that, some 5, 6, 7, I was only there. And for Hindi language, the topper is I got up from my seat and somebody else's name was announced. Immediately I sat down. Oh, my God. For really, I thought I'm topper in every subject. In Hindi, I'm not topper. Huh? Oh, Krishna. So I understood my mistake. What was my mistake? Not this getting it, that was mistake. But bigger mistake was I was disrespectful to the teacher who was teaching us Hindi subject. Basically, he was a little fat, short, and head was big. So my friends would make a fun, "Arey, he's like a frog." Like that. In Marathi language, like that. So I never said he's a frog, but in mind I would like analogy is correct. Means he resembles like that. Yeah, I never spoke any bad about him, but in the mind like that. So because of that, I got least marks in that subject. Very less. Though overall I was topper, but as well in comparing other subjects, I got very less marks. And in fact, I was not the topper in that language. The second topper in 10th standard, he was the topper in Hindi language. And I was topper in Sanskrit. We had 50 marks Hindi, 50 marks Sanskrit. So I got 49 out of 15 Sanskrit. And in Hindi, I got hardly 34 or 36, which is very less in comparison to 49 out of 15 Sanskrit. Hindi should have been like at least 44, 45. This 34 or 36 was very less like that. So then what happened? The 10th standard topper, the overall topper, he has to address all the boys because there are toppers of 5th standard, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, like that. And he has passed out from the school. He's supposed to give some take, something. So then my turn will be there. So I spoke, and in that I spoke, this is in 10th standard, 1993, that my dear friends, I request you to be always respectful to teachers. Any teacher you disrespect, you will not be able to score well in that subject. I did not feel I did not tell my story, how I was, and hopefully nobody understood. Because इतना तो बुद्धि नहीं रहता लोगों का. They might not have correlated that he was not topper in Hindi. Maybe he disrespected Hindi. That nobody might have suspected. But the point is, and I was also cordial with that teacher and all that. But internally, the drawback was there. So that's what he's saying. You do not get any knowledge from one you do not respect, or you do not gain any branch of knowledge you do not respect, or you do not gain from any situation you do not respect. Like some difficulty has come in our life. Every life is having ups and downs, happiness, distress. Something very bad happened. So if you don't respect that situation, you will not gain any deeper understanding. Respect. Know that Krishna has arranged that situation. As per my bad karma. Tatyanukampam sushamikshamaano gunjana evatmukrutam vipakam Rudvagvapurvir vidadhan namaste jive toya mukti pade sadaiva. 10th canto, 14th chapter, Brahmaji's prayers, 8th verse. He's making it very clear that the devotee of the Lord, when he undergoes suffering, he says that this is Lord's mercy upon me. I'm supposed to suffer hundreds and millions of times more. But out of Lord's kindness, he has reduced the suffering to just a small token punishment. And with his body, mind, and verse folded palms, he surrenders to Krishna fully. For such a person, liberation becomes his rightful claim. So we should be respecting the persons, respecting the branch, every branch of knowledge, and we should be respecting every situation also. Then in front of superiors, what we should not do, hmm, never show oneself better. Karna did it so many times. He would say, I did this Bhishma. I'm alone enough. I'll smash all these Pandavas like that. So many times Karna boasts and acts foolishly. So one should never show oneself better than superiors. Rather, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches, Guru More Janila Murkha Korila Shashan. To Prakashanand Saraswati, such a big scholar, sannyasi, having more than 10,000 sannyasi disciples. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when asked by Prakashan Saraswati, Are, come on, why are you dancing like women and children? You're a sannyasi. Vedanta Vakkeshu Sada Ramantaha, Opinavantaha, Khalu Bhagyavantaha. The sannyasis means they are deeply absorbed in Vedanta Sutras, the Vedic aphorisms. And Vedanta Vakkeshu Sada Ramanta, Kopinavanta. They are very renounced. They were only copying. Kopinavanta, Khalu Bhagyavanta. They're very fortunate. And what is this nonsense? You're dancing like women and children on the streets of Varanasi. Very bad behavior. Come on, come with us, join. We are sannyasis, we are sannyasis. And let us discuss Vedanta. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, my spiritual master considered me a fool when he gave me Diksha and said, my dear child, what will you understand Vedanta? You just chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I just chanted Hare Krishna mantra. But then as I chanted, hair stood on end, tears were profusely flowing from my eyes. My body was trembling. I did not know what is this happening to me. I went to my spiritual master and asked, Iva mantra dila gosai kiba tarabal japite mana korila pagal. What kind of mantra have you given my dear spiritual master and what kind of strength does it have? As I chant, my mind was crazy. And my guru, Ishwar Puri, told me, oh, this is perfection of your human birth, my dear child. This is Pancham Purusharth, beyond Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. This is Krishna Prem. You have achieved Krishna Prem, the topmost achievement in human birth. And because you have achieved this Pancham Purusharth, highest goal, my life is also successful because I happen to be your guru. If the disciple makes wonderful progress, the spiritual master is very happy. So one should never show oneself. One should consider himself a fool number one in front of his spiritual master. He should not act like a fool number one. He should act properly, but should consider that I'm fool number one. One should not dress better than superiors. They are wearing simple clothes and you wear very posh clothes, very costly. Their dhoti kurta is up to 300 rupees. Your dhoti kurta is of 3-4,000 rupees. So this is foolishness. One should be dressing simple. Don't eat more than superiors. Yes, all these rules are there. Our topic is only that dealing with senior. So you have to keep an eye on there, how much intake. And you can pray, oh Lord, please let him take Lord. He's not even taking half of my quota. आज तो मैं आधा भूखा रह जाऊंगा, मर ही जाऊंगा मैं, विचार से ही मर रहा हूँ मैं. So one should not eat more than superiors. One should get up before superiors and sleep after them. मेरी रात की नींद हराम हो जाए. I pray that senior devotee feels very sleepy by 8 o'clock only. So that immediately I can also sleep at 8:30. And he should not get up before 4:50. And I can get up at 4. If he gets up at 2, then I suffer like anything. So Draupadi followed this wonderfully. She was asked by the queen Satyabhama in the forest when they were in exile that I have one husband, Krishna, you have 5. How do you care for them and serve them, please them? You're very successful as a chaste wife. She tells, I get up before them, I sleep after them. As soon as they come towards me, immediately I rise. If she's lying down, they come, immediately she will rise. She will not be in that lying down posture. And I make them prepare anything they need. I personally do help them in bathing and dressing, every aspect, like a humble menial maid servant. Like that. And that's how she won the heart of all her 5 husbands. Then next he says about superiors, how to respect them. Shyness before superiors is required. With shyness, one will not do so many things which one would do with friends. You must have seen like some equals are dealing little jovial, friendly, and suddenly some senior comes. Immediately they are like, attention, बहुत ज्यादा tension. At tension. They are all at tension. Attention. But that is good. That is required also. Thus, Guru and seniors should be treated just like deities. Deities are treated with great respect, awe and reverence. Even Mother Yashoda got up before Krishna and slept after putting him to rest. Mother is mother. She is superior to Krishna in age, many other aspects, but she is acting as a maid servant. And she would sleep after Krishna slept, and she would get up even before he got up. So some more things. Should not talk to Guru or seniors while lying down or reclining on bed. You are lying down and they are standing and you start talking. So Guru Maharaj, क्या कह रहे थे आप? और there is some cushion and Guru like that. आप क्या राजा महाराजा है क्या? और वो क्या आपके नौकर है क्या? So should not talk to Guru or seniors while lying down or reclining on bed. Sitting also we should not. Eating or face away. While eating, you cannot talk to them. They have come to ask something. Something they come. And क्या बात कर रहे हैं? क्या? गुलाब जामुन नहीं सर. क्या सर? क्या क्या बोला आपने? मैंने सुना नहीं. और एक गुलाब जामुन है क्या? क्या कह रहे थे आप? You cannot be foolish like that. और face away. बोलिए आप बोलिए. मैं सुन रहा हूँ. कान तो आपकी तरफ ही है ना. So these are all wrong behaviors. The mood is of respect. So should stand up if Guru is seated. If Guru is sitting, we should stand up and speak whatever. Advance towards him if he stands. If he stands up from his seat, then you advance towards him. Going to meet him if he advances. If he's coming towards you, then you go to him. Not that allow him. Just like when Brahmananda Bharati came to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was residing in Puridam, Gambira. Govinda came and said, Brahmanand Bharati has come to meet you. Should I call him inside? Mahaprabhu said, oh, he is my Guru Tulya. He's godbrother of my spiritual master. How can I tell him to come in? I will go to where he is. And immediately Mahaprabhu got up and he went to the door wherever Brahmanand Bharati was there. So this is ideal behavior. You cannot expect your superiors to come to where you are. You should go to where they are. Running after him if he runs. Understand? Like you're talking to Guru and then let's say Guru has to run for catching flight or whatever it is, something like that. So he runs. So then you think, you have to run the attitude. These are all proper etiquettes. Then going around to face him if his face is averted. So let's say he's talking to you. Ah, yes, okay. And then he turns around to open the almirah, something like that. Something is there. So then you should not stand there. Then you should come like this in front of him. Understood, no? Like that. When you are talking, you cannot turn around. अलमीरा में काम हाँ आप बोलते रहिए मैं तो थोड़ा मैं अपना मल्टीटास्किंग कर लेता हूँ. That is disrespectful. But he can do that. While talking to you, he may uh, do some packing or something like that, cleaning. Then you have to go around like that because he turned around and he's facing now that side, that drawer. So you go close to that almirah or whatever. Then he can, while doing, acha, okay. Otherwise, like for him, so much that is not good. So then next is approaching him if he stands at a distance. Don't say loudly, Haribol, Maharaj, Maharaj. And आइए आप उधर क्या दूर है आइए इधर आप तो मेरे नौकर ही है. You should not even shout loudly like that. I've done some of these mistakes with Rajesh Ambru. Rajesh Ambru, Rajesh Ambru. Zakir बहुत ही prominent था. ये थोड़ा 10 से रस हो रहा है. Earlier I used to write in the email also, dear RSP. Short form. और राजेश ब्रो वो भी शॉर्ट फॉर्म RSP. अभी मैं थोड़ा सुधर गया हूँ. Now I write dear प्रभु. No राधेश्याम प्रभु and no RSP. No short forms. थोड़ा मैं भी सुधर गया हूँ. थोड़ा 10 से रस में आ रहा हूँ. प्रगति हुई कि अधोगति हुई पता नहीं. लेकिन थोड़ा रिस्पेक्ट होती है. Bending towards him if he lies on the bed. If he lies on the bed, so you should bend little bit. If he stands, we should be on a lower place. Especially, let's say you are taller than that senior devotee. He is 5 feet and you are 6.5 feet. So you'll be like, like some demigod has appeared from sky. And you are like, बोलिए क्या बोल रहे हैं? So you have to, yeah, you have to know your height is too much. So you can sit on your knees or something. Now, like what you call it, bending like that also will not look good. So you can sit on your knees or do something by which it will be appropriate. Then he says, Guru may be informed in his dealings. Sorry, Guru may be informal in his dealings, but student must maintain the formality. He may say, no, hey, Shuddha Chitta, like his Guru can say, Shuddha Chitta, come here. You can say, Gopal Krishna. You cannot say this. Okay, here Namam Prapadyante. You cannot say like that. That is nonsense. You can never, ideally, you should not call it. One of the etiquettes in Vedic life is a lady, a married woman, cannot take her husband's name. What she will, well, if she wants to call her husband, so what she will say, Aji sunte hain aap? Are you hearing? Like that. Or she will say, no, सोनू के पिताजी, सोनू के पिताजी. अरे सोनू कौन है वो बाद में आया, आपके पति पहले है ना. डायरेक्टली बोलो ना उसका नाम. नहीं, नाम नहीं लेगी वो. It is said if a woman takes husband's name, husband's age, his lifespan reduces. So no question. Nowadays, women, hey Sachin, थोड़ा चपाती बेल देना. मेरी कमर दुख रही है. और वो चपाती बेलने का मैं थोड़ा कमर को भी थोड़ा सा बाम लगा देना. और मेरे लोटस फीट को भी. बेचारा पति. So one should not be. Guru can be informal. Student should not be. Student should call the name of teacher with respect, even in the absence of the teacher. Never just the name. The teacher should have a Prabhu. Like that. Seniors may call you without addressing Prabhu, but you should always address with Prabhu, Maharaj, whatever it is. Should not mimic his gates. his mannerisms, his walks, and his dealings. Means imitating basically. Let's say the senior does something, he has some habit like that. So you also tell your friends, प्रभु जी को देखा है क्या? तो सबको समझ में आता है क्योंकि उनका वो हैबिट है ऐसे करने का. आप जैसे बोलते प्रभु जी को देखा है क्या तो सबको समझ आता है अच्छा वो प्रभु की बात कर रहे हैं. And this fellow is imitating that senior. So this is not good. Mm. Should not mimic his gaits, his mannerisms, his walks, and his dealings. Such dealings exhibit us thinking superior to one's guru. If one blasphemes one's teacher justly, suppose कुछ तो गड़बड़ हुआ है टीचर से, suppose कुछ तो mistake, and you blaspheme him. If one blasphemes one's teacher justly, that is, if the criticism is right, he becomes an ass in the next life. गधा बनेगा वो. And by wrongly blaspheming, a dog. That means you should never blaspheme your superior, whether justly or wrongly. You cannot. If you do justly, you will become donkey. If you do wrongly, you will become a dog. If one lives on one's guru's subsistence, he becomes a worm in next life. One should not be guru bhogi. Guru tyagis are there. They give up their spiritual master. Morning we were discussing Mayavadis. They use guru like a ladder for reaching high level and then kick off the ladder. That is Guru Tyagi. Guru Bhogi means he wants to enjoy the property of the Guru. तो गुरु महाराज के साथ जाऊंगा तो रहूंगा तो अमेरिका भी जाने का चांस मिलेगा, वीजा भी हो जाएगा, तो फॉरेन टूर हो जाएगा. गुरु महाराज तो वर्ल्ड प्रीचर अपना भी हो जाएगा. So one should not be subsisting on Guru. If one becomes envious of his merits, he becomes a large insect in the next life. Suja Master has so many merits. One should not be envious of that. Na avamanneta karichit. Krishna tells Uddhav, never disrespect an acharya and never become envious of him. Na martya buddhi asuyeta. Don't have, what do you call it? Don't think he's just a mundane mortal. वो गुरु को एक सामान्य व्यक्ति समझना. Third offense. To disobey him or to consider the spiritual master to be an ordinary human being. This is offense. So one should not na avamannita na marte buddhi asuyeta. Don't be envious of spiritual master. Because spiritual master will be offered so much of opulence by disciples. So many rich disciples are there. They will offer so many facilities for spiritual master. And the disciple may become envious. अरे क्या है गुरु महाराज को इतना देते हैं 56 भोग. मुझे उस दिन थोड़ा सब्जी मांगा तो बोले नहीं खत्म हो गए. इधर गुरु महाराज ने बोला भूख लगा है तो इतने 56 भोग लाए थे. जरूरी है क्या वो कितने बूढ़े है, मैं इतना जवान हूँ, मुझे नॉर्मल सब्जी भी नहीं देते लोग. अंदर ही अंदर जलन हो सकती है. Because he's a Kanishta Adhikari. That's why Switch Master will be surrounded by senior devotees who are kind of Madhyamadika. And they will not allow this kind of Kanishtas to come very close. They will commit offenses to Guru because of their ignorance, etc. Should not speak so quietly that Guru cannot hear. Don't shout also, but loud enough to be heard in the presence of Guru. हाँ गुरु गुरु महाराज तो गुरु महाराज को सुनाई नहीं. क्या क्या बोला तुमने? नहीं नहीं ये कह रहा था आपसे. क्या? तो गुरु महाराज को सुनाई इतना क्वाइटली बोल रहे हैं, सॉफ्टली. हाँ अदरवाइज इतना शाउटिंग कर रहा है ना गुरु महाराज. थोड़ा शांति से, बहरे तो नहीं हो. Some people from village background and they have habit of speaking loudly. How many of you have observed? इधर पास में ही ऐसे बोल रहे जैसे कि 10 मीटर 20 मीटर की दूरी पे हैं. आपने सुना क्या वो क्या हुआ? अरे प्रभु मैं इधर ही तो हूँ, कान मेरे ठीक है, मैं जोर से नहीं चिल्लाई. इनबिल्ट माइक्रोफोन है उनके इधर. और कुछ लोग बहुत ही सॉफ्ट होते हैं, स्पीक वेरी सॉफ्ट. Should not be sitting carelessly when teacher is in sight or around. We cannot be casually sitting. Should not correct his guru in an instructive way. Instructing way. For example, four Kumaras, when they saw Brahma running after his own daughter, walk, they told him, what is this? This is not befitting you. How can you go behind your own path? So one should not instruct one's own guru. Next, he says one should not serve the guru by telling someone else to do it. If you are given service, you serve. Or if at all you want to get it done to somebody else, ask, inform the guru. Should not just stand and watch others serving him, but help them at least. Others are serving guru and you are just watching. हाँ अच्छा से आप लगे रहो. तभी तो एडवांसमेंट करोगे. मैं तो बहुत एडवांस हूँ. You also serve or at least assist them. Do some small things like that. Should not intentionally step on the shadow of guru, senior devotee. Okay, that also have to be careful. Should not step on the shadow. Intentionally, especially. By mistake, it happens, no problem. Once in Mayapur Dham Yatra, we were at Madhai Ghat. So, what happened? There were dancing kirtan going on, and suddenly my spiritual master, Hidulus Kadana Swami Maharaj, came for giving class, and I was inattentive. Somehow, I was looking at dancing devotee, something like that. Maharaj came from this side, and my leg happened to touch his leg, his lotus feet. So, and then what happened? I was inattentive. I was looking towards the dancing dude, and he came from this side, and somehow it happened. And before even I could realize what happened, then I understood, oh my God, it was not some other devotee, it was spiritual master only. And I could not go also. He went quite fast. He was late for giving lecture. So then I was wondering, my God, in Dham I committed such a big blunder. That must have been Kartik month also. So then I was feeling a lot of remorse. I could not forgive myself. After coming from Yatra, I asked His Grace Rajesh Prabhu that, Prabhu, this is what happened. That day I was little inattentive. I did not know. And suddenly Maharaj came and my foot happened to touch his feet. But I could do nothing. So what to do? He said, oh, don't worry. That was not purposefully done. Next time when you see Maharaj, you can be around there and just touch the end of his cloth, like uttari or anything, and touch like this to your head and beg forgiveness. Not that touch his body, but he said end of his cloth. Then I did it. Next opportunity whenever I was there, I did that. So it is not intentionally done. So should not intentionally step on the shadow of guru or senior devotee. If done without notice, no problem. Otherwise, it will influence the subtle body. If intentionally we step on the shadow of superiors, it will affect our subtle body, mind, intelligence, and foresight. But unintentionally, beg forgiveness in the mind, no problem. Especially with seniors, we should be eager to take their association and hear from them submissively. Hearing is the connection. In the section of Kardam Muni meeting Swayambhu Manu, who came with his wife Shatarupa and brought devotee, the daughter, to get her married to Kardam Muni, they had a nice conversation. In one of the purports, Prabhupada says, very nice statement. The favor of the spiritual master is obtained through no other limb of the body, organ of the body, but the ears. Favor of the spiritual master. Many disciples talk now, अरे गुरु महाराज की कृपा क्या हुआ अरे मुझे embrace किया somebody else say अरे मेरे ऊपर smile दिया गुरु महाराज somebody says he he talked to me he asked me how are you like that. So this is okay, but most important is the favor of the spiritual master is obtained through not his eyes, through his hands, etc., is through the ears. We obtain his mercy through our ears. His lotus lips and our two ears, wide open, attentive, submissive ears. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha. So this is the way. That doesn't mean that if he comes to embrace, we run. नहीं 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 ऐसा तो फेवर नहीं प्रभुपाद ने बोले वैसे नहीं that is okay, but most important is Vani. Who service is limited. Vani service is unlimited for all time, for all eternity, for every birth. So especially with seniors, we should be eager to take their association and hear from them submissively. Then he says eagerness to take senior association. Taking association means hearing from them. Hearing from a senior devotee should not be done based on his educational qualifications. Don't see the education. I will hear from this senior because he is postdoc. He has done double PhD or something like that. No, no. It has nothing to do with that educational qualification. Or intellectual or simple, informative, powerful, heavy. We should not remark like that. We should hear because it's a principle. Tadviddhi pranipate. One should hear from seniors. Not that because he's very intellectual or he's very simple or he's informative. Don't just label randomly. Whether I like the devotee or not, based on that should not be our hearing. Or today I'll go for Bhagavatam class because this devotee, this Prabhu, my favorite is giving class. And today I'll not go. That's all. I don't like it. So you cannot Nityam Bhagavata Seva. It is not based on who is giving class. Whoever gives is representing Vyasdev, and you must go and attend the class. We should hear from devotees with following purposes. One, to increase our faith, not to increase our knowledge. Otherwise, notebooks are filled, but hearts are empty. So don't just go for knowledge point of view, go for increasing of faith. Because it pleases Krishna. That's why we should be hearing those seniors. As a service to Guru for his pleasure. Guru is pleased when we are hearing other seniors. With eagerness we should hear, then it conquers our heart and removes anarthas. Even a simple point with great seriousness we should hear. Like a medicine from doctor without considering my likes and dislikes. When we go to doctor, doctor gives pills. Some of them may be bitter, some may be very sweet. We don't say, oh, these sweet ones are very good, bitter ones throw them away. No, it's no question of your likes and dislikes. Doctor has diagnosed, he has given those medicines, you have to take. Considering speaker as a radio station transmitting the message from acharyas. So you should hear. Then he talks about submissiveness. Yes, example is submission in college or submitting a book to a teacher. We all have that submission in the college. So like that, we should be submissive. Women simply by being submissive to their husband can get all the benefits of the husband's tapasya. Ardhangini. So she shares half of the pious credits of her husband, and husband shares half of her sinful reaction. Husband is in great loss. He has to share his half pious credits offered to wife, and her half sinful reactions he has to take. Bechare. Yes. They should be very strong devotees. That's a brahmachari training should have been taken before marrying only, so that he is able to be very strong. We can see Mrugari when he was asked by Narad Muni, break the vow. He broke the vow, took the instruction very seriously. One statement he says, partial submission is no submission. You have to be fully submissive, not partially. And only it is submissiveness. Then he says, apologies are very important in relationships. This is maybe last topic we'll take. Mistakes of heart and mistakes of the mind. How many of you know this concept? Raise your hand. Achha, nobody knows. Basically, mistake of the mind means you're inattentive and some mistake happened. It was not intentionally done. Just like if I ask one of that could I have a glass of water, please? And then you go running, "Jiko, glass lagi hai," then you bring nice water in a glass and you're coming and you get stumble over something here, you get stuck in this mat and you pour the water on my head only. And then I'm looking at you and then you are looking. Means I asked for a glass of water. Not that I wanted to take bath on the glass. Now he gave me bath. I'm wondering, ye kya ho gaya? And then he said, "Oh, bro, extremely sorry, sorry, extremely." Okay, okay, no problem. लेकिन कोई हो ना, अरे प्रभु जी बहुत गर्म है, इनको ठंडा करना ही होगा. While coming running, he appears to be stumbled in that mat. लेकिन उसका उद्देश्य है, he wants to pour the water on my head only, like that. So this is called a mistake of the heart. Mistake of the mind is he was little inattentive in hurry burry, he got stuck and all that. That is okay. That's not a big problem. He can beg forgiveness and offense is nullified. But the mistake of the heart means Jan Bujkar, out of envy. Those arising from rebellion, wicked plan to assassinate one's good name, hatred, envy, etc. These are mistakes of the heart. And mistake of the mind means something like lack of communication. Somebody has a train ticket and he did not communicate properly, so he missed the train. So that is mistake of your mind, mistake of mind. But you want him to miss the train, and you give some wrong information, and you don't give information only, and he misses the train, and you are very happy. So this is mistake of the heart. Envy is there. Whatever mistakes we do, if we are humble enough to seek apologies, there is a possibility of keeping and developing relationships. If we are hard like a stone, refusing to bend ourselves flexibly, we break relationships. For example, a devotee refuses to say sorry to another devotee to whom he spoke unnecessarily harshly the other day. We should have the guts to say sorry. How much we use this word sorry, thank you, please. This makes us very gentlemen because we will commit mistakes, so we should say sorry. People will do favor to us, so we should say thank you. And we are sometime or the other in need. We are not all that resourceful, so we should say please. So these three are simple English words. We all know them, but seldom do we use them. Okay, ठीक है आपने devotee. So what? Sorry क्यों बोलना? Is my equal? No, better say. That's a gentleman behavior. Okay, that is about seniors. Tomorrow morning we'll see about equals and juniors. Any question?
You said about at the same time we have to be bold and same time we have to be sympathetic. But today that generalize everything. Like after work they generalize like
Hostel?
in today's world everything people generalize like what happens to be past is very dreadful nowadays people don't care at all. It happens casual they take. So should we behave in that way or
No, maturity means the balance of courage and consideration. The courageous people are passionate people. You are too courageous. And too considerate is ignorant behavior. We should neither be in passion nor in ignorance. We should be in goodness. So goodness means mature behaviors. So we are courageous to tell the truth when it needs to be spoken, and we are considerate and we don't speak the truth sometimes because it is not so palatable. Morning I gave example of Vidurji did not tell Pandavas that Krishna has left. He's no more on planet Earth. So we need to be mature in the mode of goodness. Everywhere in Bhagavad Gita, next to pure devotional service, Krishna everywhere speaks in modes only. That don't be in passion, don't be in ignorance, be in goodness. Karmanyevadikaraste. Be in goodness. Ma phaleshu kadachan. Don't be in passion. Don't be attached to the fruits of your action. Ma karma phale heturbhur mate sangosto karmani. Don't be attached to not doing your work. Don't be in ignorance also. Yukta ahara viharasya. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Yukta swapna bodhasya yoga bhautitatva. Or before that, 6.16. Nati ashnutastu yogosti. Don't eat too much. That's ignorance. Don't eat too less. That is passion. In city, metropolitan city, people are so passionate, working, working, working. They don't carry lunch box. They don't take lunch box. They just bring as it is, throw it afterwards. So much passionate. So don't be in ignorance, don't be in passion, be in goodness. Like that is message everywhere in the Gita. Any other?
I have a question that you said that we should not possess duality. Means we
Possess duality.
duality means it means the double
Double standard.
double standard means for example you had told that with devotees we are behaving differently and with when we are in our college we are behaving differently. So but in our
There people are exploitative. Not that we are behaving differently, but we don't allow others to exploit us. We remain humble only in college also.
but how can means if we are humble they will exploit us.
That's what I'm saying. Devotee is wise enough, intelligent enough to not allow others to exploit himself. But otherwise, he conducts himself with dignity and with humility. Everybody is not exploitative. Your teachers are not exploitative. So why to be bothered about it? Somebody is exploitative, so you act smartly, intelligently.
But Prabhuji,
But you don't have to shout on him also. You can act appropriately.
Actually, yeah, but if sometimes means in our friend circles means generally what happens is in our friend circle sometimes means our batchmates sometimes tend to criticize a teacher, otherwise tend to means make fun of him. So
That's
what?
why we should not hear them. Should not keep bad company. Asat sangatya, yei Vaishnavacha. You should keep little distance. See, in the college, either teacher is teaching the subject matter, you're listening, asking question, making notes, etc. After that is over, then you should not be gossiping with other boys and girls. You should make some other, like, some homework is given or some journal is to be written. Mm. Reading proper book may be difficult there because people will say, like, yeah, yeah, like that. But college study you can do there. At best, boys will say, too studious. क्या पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, बहुत दिखावा करते हैं. Let them put and give remark like that, no problem. But your time is very precious. You don't have to. If some subject matter you are discussing, college subject matter with the other boy, that is okay. But if they are making fun of this teacher and you participate there, it's not good for you. You are wasting your time also. Better do something tangible, homework, journal writing, self study also can be done. Just imagine every day in the college, between one teacher goes, next teacher comes. In between, quite some time you get. Sometimes 2, 3 minutes, but sometimes 5, 6 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Like that, between every two classes, and like that for whole year, you will get several hours. Hmm. If not self study, at least some other work like homework, journal. This can be done. Mechanical works can be done that time. And in the recess period, if you're not coming here, mostly you come for lunch here. But if not there, you can go to library and study, or on terrace you can study. Time should be used effectively. We should not waste our time in gossiping. Any other?
Means can you explain the point of say that Damodar Pandit and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you had stated?
Hmm. He is brahmachari, no? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is anyway Krishna, and he's as a sannyasi. So Damodar Pandit, it was not befitting him in one sense to be guiding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But they have the eternal associates of the Lord. They may do something. But we should learn from him what we should not do. We should not be instructing spiritual master and seniors. If at all they ask us for our suggestion, you can say, what do I know? You only know everything. I'm just your student only. But just because you are asking, in my humble opinion, in this case, dash, 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 whatever. But you know better than me. Like that at the end, again one can say.
And one last question also means all the points you had stated before means I personally have done many mistakes in them.
Yeah, all of us have done mistake, but at least classes like this, then we know, oh, these were mistakes. I did not know, or I forgot that these are mistakes, so I did it. Now, henceforth, let me be careful. No need to worry too much. That's how the scriptures remind us what are the proper standards, how they tell us what are the standards. That's how the anathas will go from heart. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata seva. Like regularly you attend college classes, then the teacher will say, this is very important from examination point of view. So then, sincere boy, they'll make note, hey, this question is very important. And they will score like anything. And the duffers, they don't go to college. They don't know what is syllabus. On the day of exam, hey, yaar, bata kya, what is syllabus? Which is the book? By the way, I don't know which is the subject for today's exam. I thought it is network analysis. Is that the subject? He said, no, no, no. Today is applied thermodynamics. Oh, really? So, do we have some book or some notes? Actually, what now? In front of me, the topper of the class is there, according to the roll numbers, and behind me, the second topper is there. So I don't worry so much. But still, if you have some notes, you can give me. I'll try to study something. So he just has to sit in certain angles and write the paper. So like that, he's going to pass the exam. Understood? He's going to copy. He's sandwiched between the two toppers. Any other? Anybody online?
Some people, even after hearing, they are stuck casual.
Because passion is too high, no? So they need to be allowed to serve and chant. It will take time. They might be beginners in Krishna consciousness. So it will take sometimes lifetimes. Some others, they have been practicing for many lifetimes. They last time they died, little bit of anartha nivritti was there. This lifetime they come khat 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 anartha are over, and then nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhav, prem. They'll complete their life. Somebody has just begun sadhus, avoid doubting sadhus. It is called sadhus. They shifted in the voice and is doubting Shuddha Chitta bro. शुद्ध चित्त नाम तो है लेकिन काम फायदा में शुद्ध चित्त थोड़े ही शुद्ध चित्त दास है इनके मास्टर प्योर हार्टेड है so they'll doubt you also don't feel problem so different people are at different level we have to give them friendly and just like children they're too small 1 day 2 days you cannot expect them to walk they will not crawl also they can't even turn around. After 4 months, he'll turn around. Then also he'll not crawl. After few more months, 7, 8 months, he'll start crawling. Then also he will not stand up. After few more months, he'll stand up and he'll fall down. Then also he'll not be running. After few more months, then he will start running. Then also he may stumble. Afterwards, he will run almost without stumbling. Then he may become Olympic runner, champion. Like that. So it takes long time. Till then, others should be patient with that person. And I continue guiding him. Yes. Done. So we'll end here. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gotrivanande.
Hare Krishna. We are very thankful for such nice, wonderful classes which are practical. I see whenever I see Prabhuji, so he's always serious about his etiquette. Also, one small instance, when I was working, someone's garland was, we have to offer garland. Prabhuji said, I should not. He said, my, you should. Sorry,
Okay, ऐसे गार्लैंड पकड़ जैसे वधु हो स्वयंवर की माला वो जाके डालो ना उन्होंने जो है वो किया है ना जो बाण मारा है या तोड़ा है धनुष को।
Like that, we learn so many examples. We always stays in front of our room. We never waste time, always chanting, reading. Such seniors are very beneficial for us to learn by seeing their examples. One senior is more better than who is following. He is better than people who are speaking. So we learn so many things from Prabhuji. And we are very
We are
fortunate.
neighbors in Pune and we are roommates in Burla.
So we thank and we are giving a small gift.
Not so small. What is that?
We are
It's from electronics department. Okay. What is that? Thank you. Okay. Means what? I should not be the speaker. I should hear the speaker. They thought Pro is all time speaker. Let us give him speaker so that he will not be speaker. Prabhupada will be the speaker. Thank you.
We'll take some small photo.
अच्छा, small photo. Difficult कितना थी? Some can sit in front, some can stand behind. Somebody wants to be my laptop. Not Muskan part. Not their teacher. Not one Amarnath, one Dipankar. Tomorrow morning it will come in your time. Burla nights. Burla time. Burla time.
Okay, okay.
काम कस्टम करना है कि नहीं?
Yes,
भगवान को छुट्टी नहीं है। नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं उल्लसत्कुण्डलं गोले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभियो लोकलब्धवमानम् अरां दृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्यगोप्य यशोदा युद्धन्तमोहरनेत्रयुग्ममृजन्तम् करां भोजायुगमेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मोहश्वासकं पापिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ सीताग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिभक्तं इति ध्वक्सलीलाभेन नन्दकुण्डे घोषं निमज्जन्तमख्यपयन्तम् तदीये तजनेषु भक्तिर्जितात्वम् पुनः प्रेमातस्तं सदा वृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवं मोक्षमधीमा न चान्यं वृणीहं नरे सदपीहम् वेदान्ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालपालम् तदा मे नमस्कारे हस्तं किं मन्ये इदं प्रमुखं भोजम् अत्यन्तमीमे रसं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरक्तचगोप्य मोहस्त्वं वेदं बिम्बारस्तभगं मे मनस्य विरास्तं मार्गं लक्षलाभे कृपादृष्टे वृष्टास्ते दीनं वकानो गृहाणि शावामभ्यं नित्यक्षिदुष्टः तथा प्रेम भक्तिं त्वां मे प्रयच्छ मोक्षे ग्राहो मे स्थिरामोदरे नमस्ते सुतं मे स्थितिदां मे दियोदाराय विश्वस्य धामे नमो राधिकायै तदीयप्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama जय श्री श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की, श्री दामोदर अष्टकम की, श्री लतस्तवर्तमणि की, श्री ल प्रभुपाद की, पिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
To the Supreme Lord. whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose stars say, hearing stars swinging to the who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter, and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing. He is quickly running from evidence, grinding water, in fear of mother's fury. But as God being snatched by her who ran after him in the greater speed. And then Supreme Lord, Shiva Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances.
Verse 2. Take the lipstick in his mother's hand, he is crying and frowning, his eyes again and again, with his two lords. His eyes are filled with tears and the reviews of the all surrounding him. His lips marked with sin and mystic concept. Is second because of his quick breathing due to pride. To this Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, whose belly is not bound with rose but which